everyone should have access to the basic fundamentals of what you need to audition as a musical theater performer. And so in this video, I'm going to walk you through. I'm literally doing this right now. And so I thought I'm going to hit record and share it with you as I'm literally doing this myself. As someone that's been in this industry for 20 years, a lot has changed, but the one basic thing that has not changed is the basic elements of a headshot, a resume, and an audition book that you take into the room. So I'm going to share with you today some tips and tricks, how I'm physically doing this, even on the fly when I need a couple extra, give you like some options that may work for you. And I hope by the end of this video, actually, I don't hope, I know that by the end of this video, you're going to have an element of knowledge, exactly what you need to know, how to do it so it feels professional, it feels precise, and it feels like you know what you're doing no matter where you are in this career and industry. So let's get started right now. I'm not even going to edit this video so you know what this is like in real time. Sometimes I feel like a lot of YouTubers on here craft something so specifically that it feels inauthentic. So I'm not even going to do that in this video. Right now, I actually have a couple of callbacks in New York City that are happening last minute, and I have a couple of EPA appointments, got new headshots, and I need to order them while I'm in while I'm right in Manhattan there, so I can pick them up really quickly. But one thing I want to talk about first is headshot. Now you have two options when you're getting a headshot. The first option is you can do it with no name. Okay, this is one of my newest headshots. I had this printed last minute on the fly because I just need a couple while I make my big order. And I ordered them from Open Jar Studios. They have like BroadwayHeadshots.com. Look it up. I had these printed on the fly at CVS. I used to have them printed on the fly at Costco, but they no longer do printing. But this I had printed at I ordered it online, like CVS or Walgreens, had it printed, picked it up. Okay. It is glossy. Typically we want matte, but you can, the no name thing is kind of in now. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but we want to lean to matte and your name on it. Can have a border, cannot have a border, white border, black border. It really doesn't matter. Okay. My old headshot, when I order these two, my new headshots, I am going to have a border on them. This is my old headshot. It was across. We don't really do this much anymore. They're mostly vertical, but it can be horizontal. White border for this, and I have my name at the bottom. Doesn't matter where your name is. Doesn't matter what font you use. Doesn't matter if you have a white border, a black border, whatever looks good with your headshot, whatever makes you, feel good. So that's the first thing. A printed headshot. Matte, preferably. This will be 8x10. I highly, highly suggest that you do not print this at home in your printer. Highly suggest. You do not print this on regular paper. If that's your last effort and it's either that or nothing, then go with that, okay? But invest in printed headshots, okay? You need them. It's just part of our job and our interview process, all right? So headshot, printed, okay? This is going to be 8x10. The next thing you're going to do, I'm going to show you how to put these together because I'm doing this right now, is you need to print off your resume. Now, when you print off your resume, which I just printed off a couple of these, okay? They're going to be 8.5x11 unless you order them through BroadwayHeadshots.com, through Open Jar, and you order the 8x10 prints at the same time you order headshots. That's a smart thing to do. But I update my resume, I think of something new. I don't particularly do that anymore. So when you print this off, this is going to be 8.5x11. Next step. Okay. And I know this is something not a lot of people talk about, but this is so, so important. Professional level. This is what we do. Okay. It's really not changed in a long time. I've been in this industry for 20 years. You're going to take your headshot. You're going to flip it. On the back, you're going to take the 8.5x11. You are going to line it up. I like to make sure that I line it up in one corner so that I only have to trim one side. Okay. We do not tape it. Okay. I would not suggest printing on the back. I have done that. I have tried that a long time ago. It smears everywhere. Just do it what everyone else does. Okay. Industry standard. If you found a better way, let me know in the comments. Drop it down below. Then we're going to take our stapler. Okay. I have this little tiny one because this is literally the only thing I use the stapler for. Okay. My little trick here is I line the corner up. I will put the staple, the flat side, not the two-prong side, the flat side on the outside of the headshot. So when they see the headshot first, it looks all nice and fancy. Okay, we're going to staple in the corner. Boom. Okay, we're going to come over to the other one, make sure it is flat. Okay, we're going to staple that. Boom. I know everybody talks about staples. We don't put staples in our music. I'm going to show you some tips on that here in a second. We don't put staples in music, but if you look at any audition breakdown, they're going to say headshot and resume stapled together. This is industry standard for an in-person. You take it in and you show up to audition, EPA, ECC, open call, callback, whatever it may be. Generally, they're going to ask for this. So we have it stapled. Okay. Now we have excess paper. Okay. I already did this to my other couple. We're going to trim. Also, you can see that I have reused a headshot because I updated my resume. I just pulled the staples off and redid it, okay? Life is short. Headshots are expensive. We're just going to trim the side of this, okay? We're going to trim all the way around, trying not to clip the headshot. And then make sure you are not trimming off anything on the bottom of your resume. All right. You have to make sure that your resume is formatted. White space is okay. It doesn't need to be packed all the way the top to the bottom. Okay. Some people put a headshot over here. We don't really do that, especially if you're a union performer. If you're non-union and that makes you feel good, cool, but black and white, save money. Okay. One headshot. That's all you need. All right. So that's what you take in person. That's your headshot. That's it. Ready to go. Okay, next tip that you need when you go in person that not a lot of people talk about is your audition book. Number one, it is no longer this big audition book where you have like 50 songs and anything you could ever need. You don't need that. You just don't, okay? We never needed it. When you train, that's very different than when you go in person, okay? You need like 5 to 8 songs, depending on your jam, in a small book, in a binder. Okay, hardcover binder, nothing soft or flimsy, 3-ring binder, okay, 3 rings, doesn't need to be big. I personally like this size. This is, I think, literally a 1/2 inch. I never have over a 1 inch book. I like black, it's simple, it's sleek. I don't put anything on it at all. Okay, if that's your jam, like cool. I don't put headshots in the pockets up here, nothing, just keeping it simple. Just because it feels good to me, okay? And then inside your book, you're going to have your top 5 to maybe 6 songs of your audition cuts, okay? Now, if you're fancy like me and you have a lot of things on your iPad, I have all my songs on my iPad. I don't lead with this, though. You never know when the iPad's going to die or if somebody in the room is going to be like, I just don't know how to use that, or they don't have the pedal attachment. So this can be your backup if you're an iPad digital person like I am, but always have your book printed. I do all of my callback sides and materials from my iPad, saving printing, right? Saving money, saving trees, but you want this printed. So 3-ring binder, keep it small, keep it concise. Anything in this book, you should be like, I can sing this right now. Come rain, come shine, come flu, come whatever you have going on. Okay. The next thing is when you put the songs in your audition book, you have 2 options. There is no right or wrong. Everybody's going to have an opinion. Page protectors or no page protectors. Up to you. Really, truly, this is up to you. Everybody's going to be, you must do this. Just do what's best for you. Okay. The reason why I still use page protectors is because then I don't have to 3-hole punch anything. And I find it's easier to lay out the material. So like, for example, here is my first song in my book, okay? And I have it laid out so that when I open the book and I set it on the piano, this is like my go-to audition song right now, okay? As soon as I set it on the piano, I can tell them what song it is. I can give them the roadmap. I have start on here, and the first page that they see is this. Second page they see is this. They do a page turn here and the song ends here. Less page turns, the better. And sometimes to me, that means having the song start here rather than having the song start here. All right. I like page protectors. I just think that I just find it easier for me. Okay. And then I put the end cut, start, stop. Anything in here they need to know. All right. And then the next song after that, I like to, again, depending on the cut that I'm using, I will Frankenstein my cuts And sometimes I will have the song here, start on this side, so that again, I am minimizing the page turns. So in this one, they literally have, that's it. That's the end of the cut. No, it's not. I lied. Okay, the end of the cut. Yes, it is actually. It's a good 16 bar cut. Is here. So they only have to do one page turn again. Okay, and then the next song, I flip the page over, start, okay, end of cut. That's the end. Next song, start, flipping it over, okay, that's the end. Again, one page turn. Really, if you're doing more than 2 pages, your cut's probably almost too long, or you just need to kind of rework it. We want to minimize as much as we can for the accompanist, make it easy to read, okay, page protectors or not, it's up to you. If you want to do tabs in here, you want to mark them and have them all tabs and that sticking out for you. If that works for you, great. What I do is I don't tab anything because every now and then I will rotate a few new pieces out of my book. If I'm going to an audition and I'm like, ooh, I need 2 country songs for that in case they never ask for a second song, like 99.9%. But in case they do, I want to be ready to go. So I'll pull maybe something else that I have on the back burner in my other big book or in my big digital book of my songs that I'm working on. I'll pull that. But you want to have 5 to 6 songs ready to go. And you want them printed. You want them in a book. I like to take a page protector, what this blank one is for. I will put my extra copies of my headshot and resume ready to go right in here. So when I get there, you're nervous. Things are going on and people are talking to you and you don't know where to go, or you're talking to friends you haven't seen in years or whatever. Just have it easily accessible because they're going to ask you for your headshot and resume, of course, after you walk in. So I like to have them right here in the front. Okay. Other than that, this should be clean, ready to go, and light and simple, nothing falling out of it, so that you can duet with the accompanist. This is so vitally important, these 2 items, because this is your interview. This is the materials that you use for your interview. This is what they need. And then your performance in the song. That's literally our go-to for what we do as a musical theater performer. This is it. So this needs to be solid, this needs to be jam-packed, and this needs to be concise, and it needs to be done in a way that is professional, that's industry standard. And then, you do a different border, don't do a border, do your name in a funky font, like go for it. But those are the elements that you need to have so you feel confident and comfortable when you go into the room. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, give me a like. I have a ton of videos on my channel about musical theater, career coaching, how to navigate this industry and this career as I've done, my entire life. And I hope it's beneficial and helpful for you. Okay. If you want to check out this video next, I think it might be helpful for you. I think you might be kind of interested in it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.